Yeah, I'm going to talk like this.
Hi, my name's Tim Held, and I host Modular Modcast. Today we're going to look at ZOIA from Empress Effects. What is ZOIA? ZOIA is crazy. ZOIA is a lot of things. An effects pedal, synth, or a modular type synth. Basically, let's just look at this really quick. See all these? If we go to this, we got empty grid here. You hit one of these grids, and then you can go through all sorts of different categories of different modules to use. Effects modules, audio modules, just everything. Control voltage modules. So yeah, we're just going to take a look at some of this stuff. To do a full in-depth review or demo of this would probably, no joke, be about 3 hours. But let's check out the first thing I ever did. I used it as a modular synthesizer, kind of that mindset, and I just made like a cool, like washy, noisy thing just to get to know it. And then one just quick piece of advice: if you get ZOIA, one really awesome way to learn how to use it is to go into the existing patches and start looking at how they did what they did in those and then editing them. So I took a previous patch that sounded nothing like this and turned it into this. What I really love about ZOIA is it can be a multi-effects pedal for guitar players or keyboards, really any external instrument that you want to use. And it's got stereo ins and outs, which is really cool because you can route those in all sorts of different ways. But yeah, a multi-effects pedal. You can just chain it up, all sorts of really cool stuff. So let's just listen to a simple delay with what's called their ghost verb. But that's not all. You can also use it as a multi-effects pedal where you use CV sources to control different parameters or different effects. So in theory, up until you run out of memory, you can put as many effects in any sort of order as you want and as many CV sources as you want to control pretty much anything. So let's just take a listen to what that sounds like. You can also use ZOIA in combination with an external MIDI controller and build a really nice mono synth lead that sounds like this. Now I just want to take a few minutes to show you how quick and easy it is to set up a simple mono synth voice with the use of an external MIDI controller. All right, let's just build a very, very simple mono synth voice. Okay, this is a blank patch. So first up, I want to get an interface and I want to do MIDI notes in. Sure, do I want to switch the color? What's a good color? My lights are kind of drowning it out, but that's blue. Okay, done. Now, because I have a MIDI controller hooked up to it, if I hit this, it says MIDI note out, showing you the value, the frequency value of the note. And then this is the gate out, on off, which is very important, as we'll see with the synthesizer chain. So next, let's do our ADSR envelope. So ADSR in, gate out of the MIDI notes in, hold that down, select that. Now here is my ADSR output, controlling that with the MIDI keyboard. Next up, you could do oscillator or VCA. Let's do oscillator first. Let's do a triangle wave. Okay, so there's my frequency of my oscillator, and there's my output for my oscillator, just droning away there. Now I need a VCA, or voltage controlled amplifier. Also, an audio VCA, done. Now I take this audio output, put it into the VCA input, and then I take my ADSR output and put that into the control voltage of the VCA. Now here's my VCA output. Okay, cool. Now when I hit a key on the MIDI keyboard, there's stuff coming out. Now let's do this really quick. Let's put in interface module audio output. Done. Now we'll put the output of the VCA into the stereo. Now we have synthesizer, but wait, why is it so low? We don't have any notes changing. That's because we need to take the MIDI notes in, and then we need to connect it to our oscillator frequency. So boom, boom. So there we go. That's just the most basic desktop monosynth. And that's how easy it is to make. And then you can get in and add filters to it. So let's just go and check out the one that I made. This is the one that I made the other day. You'll notice there's some delay on it. So let's take a walk through what it is. MIDI notes in, as we just saw. VCA, oscillator, multi-filter. So I put a filter in there to kind of shape it. And this is also a square wave. Fuzz, to give it a little bit extra crunch. A delay, as you can hear. So that's just one of the many different signal chains I could have set up. And finally, let's check out one more segment where I use multiple sources of CV to control a bunch of different parameters on a couple different effects. So what I'm doing is I'm using the ring modulator, the vibrato, and a hall reverb. Now I'm using a square LFO to trigger an 8-step sequencer, and I'm using the CV out of that sequencer to control the frequency of the ring modulator. And then I'm using the ratcheting output from that sequencer to trigger an ADSR that is then controlling the speed of the vibrato. I hope you enjoyed learning about ZOIA with me today. We just scratched the surface. It's a really, it's quite a powerful tool in a small little box, and it can be used by just about any type of musician that's performing live or in the studio, whatever. So yeah, go check them out, Empress Effects.